Hello, this is Politic Graham. I'm sorry that I'm late as ever. Late. But I have to talk about Diddy as well as Joe Biden and the hurricane. Yes, the hurricane. So today's topic, yes, we will be talking about Diddy's next court case, well, next appearance to in court, as well as the new judge. This would be the third judge given to Diddy's case, federal case. His name is Arun. Oh, I cannot pronounce it. Arun Sabramanian. This is the new judge that will be over the federal case that is in regards to Diddy in New York. Also, we will be discussing the Hurricane Milton, where to go, what's going on here in America in regards to who to talk to, the press conference that Joe Biden did yesterday. And last but not least, in regards to Joe Biden, we will talk about he's had a busy schedule ever since Friday. He had a busy schedule Friday. He had a busy schedule Tuesday. Oh, and then last but not least, on yes, he had a busy schedule Tuesday and Monday. So Tuesday, he had two events he went to. He had a press conference at the White House discussing the Milton hurricane, and the response that FEMA has provided due to the false information that Trump had put out there. So he had to do a save, to say the least, on Tuesday of yesterday. In addition to him, let me go to mine. In addition to him actually holding a press conference yesterday, I have to apologize. Because I think it was Monday I did a live, my last live. Joe Biden is just woo. I think he's doing too much. I think he is doing too much at this point. I say that because even on the press conference that he had yesterday, this man yesterday, I'll make sure I get my notes together. Just yesterday, he actually did not only a press conference to discuss how FEMA, as well as the country, is dealing with the actual hurricane. And Milton hurricane that's coming up, that's starting on tonight. This is in America, so the hurricane should be coming up around, hold on, let me see. It should be coming in. I have to give it to him, because I will say this, with all that he's been going through, he looks tired. Joe Biden looks tired. And yesterday he actually did a press conference where not only was he discussing the response that the disaster fund, how they're dealing with the Helene hurricane last week, as well as 2 weeks ago. Also, he made a statement in regards to how they're going to deal with the current hurricane that's coming up, the Milton hurricane. It is said to be supposedly a Category 5. Hello, you guys. My name is Politic Graham. I apologize for coming in so late. If you can, hit that like button. I was trying to actually see like the Milton hurricane. I don't know how he does it. In my personal opinion, I don't know how he is able to keep on going, because with him, he actually yesterday, I'm gonna just give you a breakdown of what he did. He held a press conference, looked so tired. Held a press conference talking about the responses, how FEMA is spending millions providing resources for South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Florida. And then to top it all off, after that press conference, what does he do? What does Joe Biden do? He goes to Kamala Harris campaign rally in Wisconsin. Do you hear me? He went to the campaign rally. And I'm sitting back like, what are we doing, Joe Biden? What are we doing? My thing is, these are things that I feel that Kamala Harris should step in. I'm going to show the first clip with Joe Biden. This was at the press conference that he had yesterday. He was actually discussing how him as well as Governor Ron DeSantis. Hello, you guys. This is Politic Graham. I'm going to be discussing Diddy next court appearance very soon, as well as I'm talking about Joe Biden, as well as the response that FEMA is, how they're responding to Milton hurricane that's coming up, in addition to how FEMA has responded to Helene hurricane about a week ago. So the first thing I was talking in the topic tonight, shall I say this morning, is the conversation in the press conference that Joe Biden had in regards to Ron DeSantis. If anybody can remember the last live that I did, it was a bad breakup between Ron DeSantis, Governor Ron DeSantis, because he wasn't answering phone calls. He was not answering phone calls that supposedly the White House was sending to him. But Ron DeSantis, he said that's not true. He was saying that wasn't true. He doesn't even recollect the White House reaching out to him. Long story short, fast forward, this is what Joe Biden said. This was his response.
Governor of Florida has been cooperative. He said he's gotten all that he needs. I talked to him again yesterday, and I said, I said, no, you're doing a great job. It's all being done well. We thank you. Governor of Florida has been cooperative. He said he's gotten all.
So he's saying that Ron DeSantis is being very cooperative. I think so. You better be cooperative. I think this is the time we need help. I think all the countries that have, well, not the countries, the states that have been affected by both Helene hurricane and that will be affected by the Milton hurricane, Ron DeSantis, as well as the mayor of Tampa, they need all of the help that they can get in the state of Florida. Because what people don't realize, in Florida, it was badly affected with the Helene hurricane. People do not realize how bad it was affected. Even from that, residents, I live in Georgia. We're talking about people are coming, the highways are full. We're talking about Airbnbs are being packed due to people coming from Florida, people coming from North Carolina, South Carolina, because they are displaced. Okay, and even with Florida, in their case, they're going to get hit twice. They say this is going to be the worst hurricane in the past of 100 years. So I'm going to show another clip in regards to Joe Biden with the press conference that he had, trying to basically, help people calm down, prepare them and let them know that this is serious. This is actually, this is nothing to be taken, nonchalantly, as we'll say.
And I literally gave my personal phone number to call. So I don't know. There was a rough start in some places, but every governor from Florida to North Carolina has been fully cooperative and supportive and acknowledged what this team is doing. And they're doing an incredible job. But we got a lot more to do. And I literally gave my personal phone number to call.
Now, with Joe Biden, he's basically saying the same thing that if anybody saw the vice president the vice president debate recently between Vance as well as Walz. Walz had hinted out that we have to work together. When I say we, I'm speaking of people from all parties must need to at this point unite. And basically Joe Biden was just stating how he is, you know, reaching out to Ron DeSantis and gave Ron DeSantis his personal contact number in the White House. That is.
I don't know.
So that's kind of giving you a little bit of light of how serious this is in regards to this hurricane that's coming up. I'm going to show a picture of Helene, if I can find it. Hold on, you guys. Now, this is Milton Hurricane. My apologies of saying Helene. Milton Hurricane. As you can see, it should be coming in Wednesday, which is tonight in America, Eastern time. Well, in the afternoon. It should be coming in from Cuba. But it should be hitting the coast of Florida, as you can see right here, around 2 a.m. Thursday morning. And look at the 125 miles per hour Eastern time. And based off from what I have right here, it's actually showing that it will come in Thursday morning at 2 a.m. and it will actually hopefully leave Friday 2 a.m. morning. Now, this is what is expected at this point from the National Weather Service director. Let me show you him, because Joe Biden actually mentioned this person. He mentioned of this person, Ken. Let me show him to you guys. Ken Graham. He actually mentioned this person. Where are you, Ken? Where are you, Ken? Hold on, you guys. Let's see if I can get it. But, yes. Hold on. Let me see. Where are you, Ken? Hold on, you guys. So, with this particular person, he's the director of the National Weather Service. He was hired back in June the 7th of 2022. Let me show you guys this. Hold on. I was supposed to get, and hello, you guys. My name is Politic Graham. Please hit that like button. Yes, found him. This is the director. He has a heavy load on his shoulders right now. Ken Graham, he's the director that Joe Biden is corresponding with, that he's keeping in touch with, as far as even with the response with Helene Hurricane, as far as he's actually touching down to the states that's been affected. And he actually touched down in Florida in regards to what's to come for, just like I said, Hurricane Milton. So before I continue, I just want to make sure just to cover myself as far as YouTube goes, because we know how YouTube plays no games with anybody. This is fair use copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. I had to put that disclaimer out, this fair use disclaimer out. And like I said, today we're discussing Diddy. But I really want to just focus first as far as Joe Biden, as well as FEMA, their response to the Hurricane Helene, as well as the upcoming hurricane that will be coming in based off of what I just showed you guys. It should be coming in on Thursday, 2 a.m. Eastern time. here in America. It should be coming in 125 miles per hour, and it will be going. This hurricane will be going through Florida all of Thursday, and it will not quote unquote leave. It'll be hopefully in the ocean by Friday of 2 a.m. Eastern time. Hello, you guys. Please hit that like button if you're coming in. My name is Politic Graham. I wanted to start it off dealing with Joe Biden because of my last live. I was very heavy on Mr. Biden, President Biden, and I was very heavy on Kamala Harris. I will say I will kind of lay off a little bit on President Biden a little bit, considering what he's been doing from my research for the past 2 days. It's just outstanding, considering how old he is and considering the lack that Kamala Harris has been doing as far as herself. She's the one that's supposed to be running for president. But it's kind of odd that on October, let me get my notes. October 1st, well, not first, October the 7th. That's the first matter at hand. October the 7th, Joe Biden actually had a personal ceremony at his White House with Jill Biden to actually to show condolences and remembrance to the victims of, as you all should know, what's been going on in the world. Basically, what happened October the 7th of last year in Israel, when the Israelis were attacked at a fest called the Nova Fest. Until this day, a year later, we still have hostages of still need to be rescued, need to be saved. In addition, this is specifically kind of one of the reasons Donald Trump, yes, I gotta mention Donald Trump. Donald Trump stated some false information. Oh, I hate to say it, but he did. Please forgive me. He stated some false information. And let me go to, he gave some false information, and that's why Joe Biden had to step up and say, hey, wait a minute now. And Fema had to come out. Fema had to come out and say, wait, we have raised well over $219 million. Let me look it up. Let me get it. And this is fair use, YouTube. Do not try me. So the website that I'm on right now, this is for anybody who lives in Florida. This is for anybody who is a victim of the hurricanes of Helene, as well as Milton. If you need any assistance, and this is one thing that Joe Biden had discussed during the press conference, I want to say it was yesterday, October the 8th. Please, I'm begging you guys, please go to Fema.gov for assistance. Once you go to Fema.gov, you can go to USA.gov. This is the actual contact information if you need any help. If you need any help to assist you with resources, if you need assistance with finding someone missing, if you need assistance with some place to stay, food, shelter, anything, this is the website to actually go to get your jump start as far as even applying. As you can see up top where it says apply for assistance, this is the page, the website that Joe Biden had discussed in regards to FEMA. And these are just key components of Joe Biden trying to take a stand, trying to say, well, you know what, we have to actually come together. I cannot continue to allow Donald Trump to give out the false information that he presented. And this was one of the reasons that he kind of stated this in the press conference about in regards to Donald Trump giving out that, I hate to say it, false information. I'm going to actually
damage the administration. Well, we can take care of ourselves. But it misleads people. It puts people in circumstances where they panic, where they're really, really, really worried. They think we're not being taken care of. And it really is, it's going to sound, I'm using an old phrase, it's un-American. It really is. People are scared to try to damage the administration.
So I had to end it right there because he said a word that I'm not sure that YouTube would allow me to play. So basically, Joe Biden was stating that the actions of Donald Trump with his words he just doesn't want another matter to come about with during these troubling times. And he doesn't want another. If you guys can remember what happened the last time when Donald Trump did not win, what transpired January at the Capitol years ago. I don't want to get too much into it because these are troubling times, tough times. People, like I said, I live in a state where people were affected by the hurricane and will be affected by the hurricane. So I want to just kind of focus on what Biden as well as his administration, because at the end of the day, this is his administration. He still is president. What his administration is doing to assist in this time of need. Hello, you guys. My name is Politic Graham. If you can please kindly hit that like button. That's all I ask. I apologize for being late, but tonight I'm discussing Diddy, the court case, But I wanted to actually mostly kind of discuss in regards to Joe Biden. I took a lot of notes. It's late, but let me go back here. Hold on. In regards to this Milton hurricane, let me go back. Basically, Biden, he discussed at the press conference yesterday, October the 8th. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he actually discussed how he was in contact with the director of the National Weather Service, Ken Graham, and he was informed by the director of National Weather Service, Ken Graham, that the Milton hurricane, the winds are going to reach, he says, now from what I have gathered, now Biden, he actually said that the winds are going to reach, I don't know, this might just be alleged, I don't know, but Biden said at the press conference that the winds are going to reach high as 180 miles per hour. That's what he said. And he also said that it's a possible surge that will hit the coast of Florida of 15 feet high. And he said the current path, as you can see right here. Hello, Jim. Thank you for coming in, Jim. Hello, you guys. This is Jim, as well as me. I'm Politic Graham. If you can please hit that like button. I apologize if I'm late. I'm talking about tonight. I'm going to start this great morning with politics, because the last live I did, I was very heavy on Mr. Biden and heavy on Kamala Harris. I'm still going to be heavy on her, but but after the press conferences that he has done, I want to say he did one press conference October the 4th, which was Friday. He did the other press conference October the 7th, which was Monday. And then he did the other press conference October the 8th. And within those three days, I mean, Mr. Biden has been very busy, very, very busy. And like I stated with the press conference that he had recently yesterday, to discuss what we're looking at, the Milton hurricane. As you can see right here, he said the pathway to be affected by this Hurricane Milton would be in the Tampa Bay area and cut directly across the state, east and west, just like I had stated earlier. Jim says, not a Kamala fan. You're not. I plead the fifth, Jim. I welcome everyone at Politic Ground channel. I welcome everyone. So, as I stated during the press conference, what Joe Biden stated, he said that we got to understand that FEMA is running out of money. But he did say that he did approve of not one, not two, but 4 pre-landfill emergency declarations. Okay, 2 this week to prepare for the Milton hurricane, and then 2 last week in regards to what? The Helene hurricane. Helena. I think I'm saying it right. Helena hurricane. He also said that the FEMA administrator, Jim says, not for illegals, they don't. Oh my God. Jim, you're acting up. Jim is acting up in this chat, you guys. But like I said, FEMA Administrator Chris Well, according to Joe Biden, is working with the state and local government in both Florida and North Carolina to provide continuous resources for both of the hurricanes. Now, the reason he stated that in his press conference was because, I don't know if you know this, guys, with Helene hurricane, that affected, I'm going to show you guys some pictures just how bad Helene actually affected Florida. I mean, not Florida. Yes, Florida, North Carolina. This was last week. And just like I said, we have this hurricane coming up. So I'm going to show you guys actual pictures of how North Carolina was affected. First, this is Florida. This is just a picture of what how Florida was affected. This was just last week. And mind you, Florida has to get ready for Milton hurricane. This is how North Carolina was affected from the Hurricane Helene last week. Last week now. I just want you guys to keep that in mind. North Carolina. Now, with North Carolina, from the governors, and this is Florida. This is Florida. This is how Florida was affected from last week's hurricane. So just imagine what's to come with the Milton hurricane. Now, the reason he spoke on, hello you guys, this is Politic Graham. I'm coming in a little bit late, but I'm talking about Joe Biden's response to the current hurricane Milton, as well as Helene hurricane, in addition to the Diddy court case. I want to focus in first on Joe Biden's response dealing with the hurricanes to come, because this is very serious. I live in a state where a number of people have already left the state of Florida, and they are in Georgia. So in the press conference, like I stated earlier, FEMA Administrator Chris Well is working on both Florida and North Carolina to provide continuous resources for the people in these states, because it was badly hit, and there's no I don't even want to imagine what's to come. Thursday afternoon is when it should be heading Florida. Joe Biden also said he is requesting all travel services, airlines, to assist in evacuation and accommodation without raising prices. Because you guys know during these times, and especially because of the inflation that's going on here in America, everyone is trying to make money. And you do have some people that try to take disadvantage of the weak or of the people that need help. So much that even on FEMA's website, they actually, trying to get to it, you see this? USA.gov as well as Fema.gov, they're both letting people know to beware of rumors and scams, because people will try to take advantage, or should I say disadvantage, of people who really need help. So this is the website, like I stated, USA.gov as well as FEMA, Fema.gov, if you need assistance, if you need to apply for assistance. These are the websites to actually get assistance. In the actual, back to the press conference, and Joe Biden said, please, he's begging the airline and travel service and companies to assist, to help, not hurt the people that need help. He spoke on, like I stated, Ron DeSantis and Mayor Castor of the mayor of Tampa, and made it very clear that he told both of them that they can personally reach out to him. He urged people to follow the instructions of Florida, as well as the local government. He urged them to follow the instructions and to leave, evacuate. I'm stating this. If you are up at this time of the morning, please leave while you have a chance, because just like I showed in this particular graph that I have of Milton Hurricane, if you can see it. Now, Joe Biden said he was told supposedly by the director of National Weather Service, Ken Graham, he was told that the winds are going to be looking at 180 miles per hour. So this is more than what this graph says. So I'm gonna leave it to the professionals. Like if Joe Biden said that's what his director Ken said, well, that's what it is. So also in the press conference, he stated how FEMA has provided over 300 ambulances right now to help assist people who are wheelchair bound, people who are not physically able to move themselves to safety. This is what's all been done so far this week, and the week has just started. He also discussed that while they are working on Milton Hurricane, he stated that they have not forgotten about the states that were affected from Helene hurricane. He stated that they are still working on North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee. So he just wanted to keep people, just let them know that they're not forgotten. Because remember that I stated Donald Trump, he did state false information. He stated how it's amazing how they're sending, Biden administration is sending billions and billions of dollars overseas to help assist with the war or wars, but have only put in millions in assisting the hurricane victims. So Joe Biden made sure he stated that, you have to be careful what you say, especially during these times. And I'm actually going to show this video in regards to his response to Donald Trump. Now, I will say this, when it comes down to how Donald Trump moves, I think at this particular time, Donald Trump needs to kind of fall back a little bit, because a lot of people are worried. A lot of people, even right now, are still missing from the hurricane of last week, how it was affected in Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee. I think he needs to kind of just, fall back, as they say. This was the response of Joe Biden in regards to Donald Trump giving out quote unquote false information. Hold on, you guys. I was trying to actually get my notes together. I'm just gonna paraphrase it. Basically, he said you have to be careful what you say, especially the information that you put out, because people are, these are troubling times. People are scared. People have lost so much, and they will hold on to even just little words what somebody says, like it's their last thing in life itself. So because of that, Biden is just like, you just have to kind of be careful. I'm going to find this clip that I wanted you guys to see in regards to Joe Biden's response to Donald Trump. Okay, here it is. I got it.
Try to damage the administration. Well, we can take care of ourselves. But it misleads people. It puts people in circumstances where they panic, where they're really, really, really worried. They think now they're not being taken care of. And it really is, it's going to sound, I use an old phrase, it's un-American. It really is. People are scared to try to damage.
So, at gym, Biden's mentors were panic stricken. He would refer to it as Hurricane Milton the month. Does anybody agree with Jim is saying in this chat? I would say this when it comes down to, I'm just going to be honest. I think with Joe Biden, and that's what I wanted to actually show back October the 4th of Friday, because the clip that I just showed you guys, this was from yesterday. Yes, I want to say it was either October the 8th or October the 7th. Let me get my notes out. No, it was yesterday. It was yesterday, October the 8th, where he stated just now the video that I showed you. But October the 4th, Joe Biden is the same person that said, oh, well, Donald Trump has to be careful because this is just dangerous. You have to be careful what you say. But you guys tell me this. How would you describe this, what Joe Biden said October the 4th on Friday?
I don't know whether it will be peaceful. The things that Trump has said and the things that he said last time out, when he didn't like the outcome of the election, were very dangerous. If you notice, I noticed that the vice presidential Republican candidate did not say he'd accept the outcome of the election. They haven't even accepted the outcome of the last election. So I'm concerned about what they're going to do. I don't know whether it will be peaceful.
Now,
Things that Trump has said.
My thing is this. I don't know. I don't know what you guys call it. Hello, guys. It's Politic Graham. I'm talking about Joe Biden as far as the what to do in regards to the hurricanes that's been going on in America, and these press conferences that Joe Biden has held October the 4th, October the 7th, and October the 8th. Now, I don't know what you guys call it, but to me, that sounds something similar to what Donald Trump. It's like that's not making people feel safe, because it's like it's causing someone to intensify, basically saying, well, whoever wins, it's on, because in this video, he's actually saying, well, I don't know what's to come during the election. I don't know, like that's not the way to respond. And then, mind you, this was October the 4th. This was the same week all these states had been affected in the southeast due to Helene, Hurricane. So why would you put that type of message out there stating that, okay, I don't know what's to come during the election on November the 5th? Like, I think we need to kind of focus in on what's to come dealing with the victims. And I'm glad that he brought it back. He brought it back October the 7th and October the 8th. Because October the 7th, he actually gave condolences to the victims of the actual war that's going on in Israel. It was an anniversary, because if we all remember and know, October the 7th of last year, there was an attack against the Israelis. October the 7th. And till this day, we have people that are still held hostage. So he held that press conference with his wife, Jill Biden, a candlelight. It wasn't a press conference, it was a candlelight in honor of the October the 7th, the anniversary of what happened last year in Israel and what's still going on. I'll do another video on what Israel has going on, because to me personally, I think we need to cut it off. We need to cut off, because we have a lot of, I don't think people understand what these hurricanes is coming in. Joe Biden, he said it best. It's going to be millions and millions that's going to be spent. Millions and millions going to be spent in regards to the hurricanes. And this is kind of wild, because this has been affected in the matter of what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks? I mean, according to FEMA, if I can find it, according to FEMA, they've already spent over exceeding 210 million in the matter of days, or I think a week. That's a lot of money. And then for Joe Biden, he even stated in the press conference that he had yesterday, October 8th, he stated that there is going to be more money sent and more approved. So, and I'm looking at my notes now. He said, and I quote, he said, it's going to take tens of billions. That's what he said. Tens of billions. Jim says, I just wait for your lives for the day's news. Oh! I appreciate it, Jim. I appreciate it. Now, Joe Biden, he stated all of this October the 8th, right? He had this press conference trying to reassure people, that America is not turning their back on you. The Biden administration is not turning its back on you, right? But I want to also say, where was Kamala Harris? Where was Kamala Harris? Because hours after Joe Biden had his press conference October the 8th, hours after that, guess what Joe Biden had to do? He had to hop on his plane, hop on his plane. When I saw this, you guys, hello, you guys, this is Politic Graham. It's 33 people in here. Can you please hit that like button? All I'm asking is just a like. All I'm asking is just a like. You can even have a, express how you feel about what's going on in today's world. It could be about what's going on with Joe Biden, with Donald Trump. Put it out there. Now, this was Joe Biden hours after he held his press conference reassuring Americans, giving information about FEMA, giving information about Milton, what I just showed you. Milton, that's going to be coming in on Thursday afternoon, 2 p.m., but it's coming in at 125 miles per hour, 2 a.m. Thursday. But it should be hitting the path of Florida, Tampa Bay area from east to west Thursday afternoon and leaving by Friday. Now, same day after he has his press conference, guess where he goes, you guys? He flies on his plane to go to Kamala Harris campaign rally. I repeat, after having a candlelight vigil at the White House in honor of the victims that's going on over in Israel, okay? He had that candlelight October the 7th, which was Monday. October the 8th, he held this press conference because of false information that's been going around by Donald Trump and as well as the media. I'll say that. He goes out of his way to actually go to Kamala Harris campaign rally in Wisconsin. And this is a clip where when he was at the rally.
Thank you. You have a seat, have one. I said that once, and there were no seats, and the guy looked at me like, what the hell's the matter with me? Before I begin, I want to say we're prepared for another. It's good to be back in Milwaukee.
Now, let me play this part. Let me play this little part. Sorry, you guys.
Thank you.
Now, I just wanted to show that because we have to understand, you guys, how old is Joe Biden? How old is Joe Biden? Okay, this man is doing more FaceTime, more hands on the ground. I hate to say it. I really do. Please forgive me, but he's doing more. He's going around as if he's going to go for president. Because personally, Joe Biden, he didn't have to go to the Wisconsin campaign rally. He didn't have to do that. Because in the press conference that he had earlier that day, he stated that he had to cancel his traveling plans in regards to Africa, in regards to Germany. He had to cancel his traveling plans to deal with the matter that is very serious here in southeast of the country. Okay, as the president. Now, if he's the president, it is expected of him to do that. But it's not expected of him to go to a campaign rally for Kamala Harris for her running for president. My personal opinion, he did a favor. He did a favor for her. That's just my personal opinion. I'm going to just put it out, just leave it out there on the table like that. You know, some people can say what they feel. You can say how you feel in the chat. Hello, you guys. This is Politic Graham. You can hit that like button. I'm just talking about the news that's been going on here in America. Now, with Joe Biden, I will say, like I said, I want to kind of take it back and say, I apologize. Because even at the Wisconsin campaign rally, he went out of his way to actually, I feel like Kamala Harris should have said some of the things that he said. He spoke on lead poisoning. He spoke on how it is America's diligence to replace the lead in these pipes, to replace the pipes, as well as provide jobs back into America, specifically Milwaukee, because this is in Wisconsin that he spoke at the campaign rally for Kamala Harris. During this rally of Wisconsin, he spoke about how Black children are 2 times higher to have high levels of elevated lead in their blood than any other children of any other race. He said he hopes, and it's his plan, to train good-paying Americans to replace the pipelines that have lead in them. He even spoke about his wife, Jill Biden, how last month with United Nations International Aid Agency, together that 26 nations were funded through philanthropy and launched in assistance with this pandemic. What's going on? Let me be careful. With what's going on with this lead poisoning that's going on. He stated how basically at this point he wants to bring jobs back in. Jim, you said sounded awfully close to Let's Go Brandon to me. What? Let's go. I'm just reading the comment. I'm sorry. I'm just reading the chat, Jim. I'm sorry. But I will say, with what's going on today in America, we have to focus in, and I think that's what Joe Biden, he went 2 places yesterday. He canceled his trips to go to other countries. He did this to focus in, to let the people know, I'm here. I'm still here. I hear what you guys are going through. So I'm glad that he did that. And I'm glad that he spoke and what he said, even at the rally in Wisconsin for Kamala Harris. I'm glad that he said that, because I mean, it's nothing worse I can't speak for other countries. I live here in America, but it's nothing worse to lose everything that you own and have within the whip of wind and flood. It's nothing worse than that. And then to top it all off, as far as financially, you are financially lost because your home, your car is not flooded insurance. So when I think about that feeling, and even when I see the people that are coming here in Georgia to find some place of safety, because they don't have anything in North Carolina, they don't have anything to look back, even in Florida, and it's another hurricane coming in Florida, that is a sickening feeling that I get to my stomach. And so I'm kind of glad that Joe Biden, hello, good morning from Uganda. Like, oh, thank you, Politic, my friend. Uganda in the house. Shout out to Uganda. Thank you. Osvalda, thank you. I apologize. I'm not saying your name right. I apologize. Hello, you guys. This is Politic Graham. I'm just giving the news tonight. I apologize for being late. I wanted to kind of shed some light on Joe Biden. Shed some light on Joe Biden because of my last live. I went really hard on Joe Biden and as well as Kamala Harris. Now Kamala Harris, I'm still standing on Kamala with some issues now. Now she gonna have to step it up because Joe Biden did too much. He did too much October the 4th And he didn't have no break. He did not have any break. I'm going to show you. He looks so tired. So tired. This is the look that he had at the end of his press conference yesterday.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Do you see this? That is the look. That is the look of tired. I am tired. I'm tired. So I can kind of understand, and it's like I'm gonna give Mr. Biden, you know, a little leeway for now. For now. Notice I said for now. Now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna make sure I hinted on certain topics before I go to the Diddy. The Diddy. Oh, I wanted to show one thing about the debate, because Joe Biden, I knew he was going to do it. I knew he was going to mention Vice President candidate Vance, Governor Vance. I'm not sorry, not Governor Vance. He mentioned Vance not answering the question that Tim Walz had asked him during the debate, during the vice presidential debate. And I think Jim knows where I'm going to go with this. When Joe Biden, he brought it up at the press conference. He brought it up. He brought it up at the press conference. I knew he was going to do it. Now, during the actual debate, Tim Walz specifically asked Vance, did he feel that, and I want to make sure I'm careful with my words, and I want to be correct. I'm going to go to it right now. Hold on. Okay, I didn't want to hear no commercials. I'm going to play just one part that made Vance have this look. I'm going to play one part that made Vance have this look at the vice presidential debate. And I knew it. I knew that Joe Biden was going to actually mention this. And he did. He sure did. He took pure advantage of this response. I'm finna play it. Basically, Tim Walz had asked him, and I quote, he asked him, do you feel, I want to make sure, let me go, I'm hurrying up. He actually asked him, do you feel that Donald Trump won the election? And that the response to Vance, he was doing fine all during the debate up until this answer. I'm gonna play it. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna play it. I'm looking for it now. I want to play the specific clip. Oh, here it goes. Let me play it. Ooh.
I think this is the conversation they want to hear. And I think there's a lot of agreement. But this is one that we are miles apart on. This was a threat to our democracy in a way that we had not seen. And it manifested itself because of Donald Trump's inability to say. He is still saying he didn't lose the election. I would just ask that. Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of...
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. He said, Waltz asked, I would just ask that did he lose the 2020 election? Tim Waltz asked that. He said, this is a conversation they want to hear. And I think it's a lot of agreement, but this is one that we are miles apart. And I would just ask, did he lose the 2020 election? And what was Vance's response to Walt's answer? He said, and I quote, what? He said, I'm just going to play this part again.
The election. I would just ask that. Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
Now, please tell me why Joe Biden at the press conference, why did he bring this back up? What? He was ready. Now, I would have thought, because Joe Biden is not the one running for president, I would have thought it would have been Kamala Harris bringing this up. But Joe Biden, when I tell you the past from October the 4th, October the 7th, October the 8th, he is really putting in the work. I'm so serious. And I almost feel really, kind of, I don't know. It's just a feeling like I'm, I just wish Joe Biden exit out, on a good note. Does that make sense? Whoever wins, if it's Kamala Harris, if it's Donald Trump, whoever wins presidency, November the 5th. I just want Joe Biden to exit out on a good note. I do. Because it's very stressful. It's very, very stressful. And it's only so much that he can do himself. And I thought he nominated a vice president to be able to deal with some certain issues and certain responsibilities as vice president. That's what I thought. But hey, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna be mean. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Now I'm gonna show one more. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna show one more. I want to make sure I have my topics. Hello, you guys. This is Politic Graham. If you're just coming in, if you can, please hit that like button. I apologize for coming late. I'm discussing what's to come with this particular hurricane, Milton hurricane that's gonna hit Florida, as you can see, and it's gonna arrive Thursday afternoon. Hello, Marcus. What do you don't like? Welcome for coming in. What you don't like, Marcus? But like I stated, I'm looking at this hurricane that's to come in Florida. I'm talking about that first because it is a make it or break it when it comes down to the government here. Because during this time, and it's amazing how the hurricane season is coming up during election. It's very amazing how the hurricane season is coming up. And it's a joke. It's a joke someone said to me recently. They said that because of Florida, it's a hurricane season. They're going to try to, saying that Donald Trump might try to say, well, they're not going to be able to do any elections in Florida. They're going to try to make an excuse. Hello, Ani. Hello. Yes, I'm coming in. I'm discussing, like I stated, the hurricane, Hurricane Milton. Yes, you did. Marcus, what are you saying you don't like? You can. Oh, I appreciate it, Ani, that I can be a reporter. Look, I'm trying, you guys. I'm trying to just, just keep people updated, and I made this page, to welcome people who feel like they don't have a voice when it comes down to politics, when they don't have a voice when it comes down to, we talk about anything that you feel that you want to have a voice on, and it may not necessarily be about quote unquote politics. It may not necessarily be about that, but this is a channel that welcomes all parties, welcome all people from all races, all cultures, all countries. And I want to make sure I state that, Now, back to like I was stating. Thank you so much, Ani. And guys, if you're coming in, if you do nothing else, please hit that like button. I repeat, please hit that like button and show a comment in the chat room. Ani says, nice, very educated live. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate the people that's coming in, even, you coming into my live. You're if you don't do nothing else, you're listening. All I ask you, hit that like, because like I said, I just want to talk about, what's going on. People need to know. So like I stated, I appreciate what Joe Biden did. Let me go back on my notes that I had made to make sure. FEMA. Oh, honestly, you vote for me. Oh, thank you. Look now, that's another topic I want people to put in the comments. Who do you vote for? Who will you vote for? Or should I say, who are you're leaning towards, per se, as far as voting for the president in November the 5th? Now, I will say this. For November the 5th, that does not necessarily mean you have to vote for your president. You wherever you are, you can vote for your local government, because here in America, there is a thing called, you have your Senate, you have your mayor, you have your Congress, you have your House of Representatives. You have key components before you get to the executive office, which is the president, which is the vice president. You have key components below. So I do advise, if you do nothing else, if you are so frustrated with what's going on with this election altogether between Kamala Harris as well as Donald Trump, all I ask is that you vote whatever it is in your local chapter, your local government, whatever it is. Because no matter what, you need to be a voice in your community or wherever you live. No matter what. I think I'm trying to make sure I have everything in regards to the FEMA, because right here, if you need financial assistance, if you have dealt with the Hurricane Helene, or Helen, you can go online, and the website that I'm on is USA.gov. And basically on this particular page, it's giving you some specific resources on where to go, what numbers to call, what apps to hit if you need assistance, to apply for assistance, as well as, let me make sure I hit this one, FEMA. Now, this is also a place, www.Fema.gov. This is a place that Joe Biden spoke on in his press conference. So I'm encouraging people that if you need assistance in any fashion, please reach out to FEMA, USA.gov, Fema.gov, to get assistance. Because based off what Joe Biden, based off of the conversation that Joe Biden had October the 8th, as of yesterday, when it came down to, make sure I get my, show this clip one more time. when he did the actual press conference, he made sure to reassure people that he is working with Florida, with all the governors that were affected in the states that were affected by the hurricanes of Helene, as well as what's going to be affected by Milton of Florida, that everybody's on the same page, because his job is to make sure that the people are being assisted and resources are coming to them. So this is the video that I'm going to show with Joe Biden. And notice I have been nice. I'm telling you, I've been nice tonight. I have been nice with Joe Biden. Okay, I've been very nice with Biden administration. Jim, it took a lot. It took a lot for me to be nice. Ani, it took a lot. But this is the video, the clip that Joe Biden had in regards to the press conference that he had yesterday.
And I literally gave my personal phone number to call. So I don't know. There was a rough start in some places, but every governor from Florida to North Carolina has been fully cooperative and supportive and acknowledged what this team is doing. And they're doing an incredible job. But we got a lot more to do. And I literally gave my personal phone number to call.
Now, I will say with Joe Biden, he's doing all that he can. We'll see what's to come, because we can just, the only thing we can do at this point is just time. See what's to come. Friday morning. See what's to come Monday morning after Hurricane Milton in Florida subsides. I'll say it on that note. Now, the next topic that we're having today, or should I say this morning, because it is 2:26 a.m. I want to say this, you guys. This is Politic Graham. Please, it is 2:26 a.m. in the morning. Can you please just hit that like button? I apologize for coming so late, but I have to actually, I want to just be able to give the news, to actually, let the people know what's going on. So the next topic that we are discussing is Diddy. Diddy Sean, aka also known as Sean Love. He legally changed his middle name to Love. Sean Love Combs. Kind of ironic. Yes, it is. But Diddy is supposed to, let me make sure I get my notes together. Diddy is supposed to return back to court. His next appearance is Thursday. Yes, you heard it right. Thursday afternoon, to be exactly. And he is supposed to be meeting the third judge. They have had two judges since he was arrested back in mid-September and has not had bail. They have not given him any bail. The prosecutors, the judges, they have not. Even after he put up his Miami home. And I wonder what that Miami home looks like now with the hurricanes coming in. I don't know. I don't know who's going to be over his estate at this point. I don't know. It's he got bigger problems. But he put up his house in Miami for $50 million. Hello, Spiral. Hi, Politic. Hi, everyone. Hello, Spiral. Thanks for coming in. Insomniac Pop. Jill. Hello. Spiral says, I told you I would come support. I appreciate it so much. Today, oh, thank you. I appreciate Spiral. Let me go ahead and give you a jacket. let me go ahead and give you a jacket. Thank you for supporting. Thank you so much. But like I said, with Diddy, I'm going to go to my particular page. I did a live, and I'm going to go back. I did a live in black screen. God, I apologize to you guys. I'm going to actually do another live where it's going to show something on the screen, some type of visual on the screen. When I did a live in regards to Diddy, let me see where it is. I want to be able to show you guys where I actually did a live in regards to Diddy, and trying to see if it's coming up. Okay, now this is the live now, but now if you can see this live right here, I did that live 6 days ago. I'm going to redo it, kind of redo it per se, where it can have some type of face or visual. But in this particular live, I actually discussed how Diddy had 100, well, currently, I don't know, it's more now, but 6 days ago, it was announced that he had 120 lawsuits, civil lawsuits, that was announced by an attorney in Texas named Busby. So that was 6 days ago. Now fast forward, now we're looking at this federal case that's going on. He's been locked up ever since mid-September. He has to go back into court with this new judge to see this new judge named, and he's a young guy, 45 years old. His name is Arun soo-brah-mah-nee-ahn. Yes, that's how you pronounce it. His name is pronounced, let me show it to you. You see it? His name is pronounced Arun soo-brah-mah-nee-ahn. Now with him, he is 45 years old. He is new. Thursday will be his first time seeing Diddy. Sean Love Combs. And you're welcome, Spiral, for the jacket. You're so much welcome. Now, with the judge, basically it's speculation that Diddy's attorneys are going to try for the third time to actually try to get him a bail. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know. We'll find out when Thursday comes. But this is very stressful to his family, especially his mother, Janice Combs. Last live I spoke on how she released a statement, basically saying, don't believe all what you hear. It's lies in between the truth. And I understand she's Diddy's mother. She's gonna stand by his side. But there has to be a time where you just have to you have to let your son be a man. And when I say be a man and hold himself accountable for his actions. Okay, and that is why in New York, nobody has provided him a bail. He has had a total of 2 judges, and this new judge who's 45 years old, his name is Arun. So Spyro says, what is your opinion on 50 Cent and Cat Williams? Okay, Cat Williams. Now, I will say this. Cat Williams is going to be Cat Williams. Cat Williams has not changed. He has not changed. But as far as 50 Cent, I would say 50 Cent, in my personal opinion, 50 Cent is not the same person that he was 20 years ago. 50 Cent, this particular 50 Cent is the 50 Cent. He's trying to make money off of Diddy. 50 Cent is working on a documentary all about Diddy right now. He signed a multi-million-dollar deal with I I probably might mention it at another live. I want to make sure I'm correct, but it is a multi-million-dollar deal. He's working on a documentary, and it's funny that you say that. I think with 50 Cent, he's trying to evolve. And someone said it's been speculations that basically at this point, Diddy is trying to be the next Jay-Z. Diddy is trying to, I mean, not Diddy, but 50 Cent is trying to be the next Jay-Z when it comes down to being up top, right? He wants to be the next Jay-Z. He wants to be the next Tyler Perry. He wants to be up there, right? So his time with this case that's coming up with Diddy, he's just sitting there making, he's already got the script in the works. He's already in the works. Because I have never, now Cat Williams is the type of person, I don't really see Cat Williams doing, you know, like Cat Williams, he's not trying to fit in anybody's circle. Cat Williams is not trying to fit in anybody's, you know, he don't want to be a Tyler Perry. He don't want to be a Jay-Z. He want to be Cat Williams. You know, like that's just him. But I think with 50 Cent, people have to realize that he lost his mother from being out there in the streets. Okay? By the time he didn't even quote unquote supposedly know who his father was. His father was never in his life, right? So you kind of have to take into perspective, he didn't have a father in his life, never knew his father. Then to top it all off with his mother was the one that taught him how to bake. And I'm not talking about baking cookies, okay? I'm not talking about baking cookies. So coming from that aspect, he's not gonna act like Diddy. Diddy is the type of person, if people can go back and look up Diddy, I mean, his father was deleted in the streets. And his mother, Janice Combs, she basically raised him as a single mother. And I don't care what anybody says, it makes a difference if you raise someone like Diddy. You raise him around nothing but women. No form of male figure. And then to top it all off, Diddy has always been the way, if you go off what's going on with these allegations, if you go off what's the video, and even to the point he had all that baby oil in his bathroom, right? That is what you get. And I question anybody to tell me otherwise. I question that. I question if anybody tells me, you know, this is the product. You know, you have somebody where there's no male figure. No, it doesn't have to be a father. You know, I grant that. But if you have no male figure in your child's life, especially a boy, a man, it's going to make a difference. And as far as Diddy goes, we're talking about a man that he was supposed to be the next billionaire. It was quote unquote alleged that when they arrested him, he was worth, well, I don't know what he's worth now, but he was worth back in September $500 million. I don't know what's to come at this point. And see, with Cat Williams, he doesn't care about all of that when it comes down to money. He just wants to state his mind as far as the art of comedy. And I can respect that. I really can. Now, with Diddy, this new Diddy case that's coming up, it is said that the trial will not start until 2000, believe this, you guys, 2026 is when the trial will start. I don't know if Diddy is going to last that long. I don't know. In jail. I don't know. You know, because this is a man, Diddy is the man that has been used to a certain way of living, certain accommodations. He's been used to it. So now we're talking about he's in a position where he does not have bond. He has to go back to court this Thursday afternoon. and meet this new judge, a 45-year-old judge named Arun. He has to meet this judge, and his attorneys are, basically have to, state their case on why they feel that Diddy is not a threat to the witnesses. Because based off of what I've researched so far, federal prosecutors said in the hearing that they hope to take the hearing back in the summer. But look what it is now. It is fall, going into winter, and it's still like there's no trial. So I don't know what's to come at this point. All I know is that on Thursday, Diddy's supposed to be going back to court, as well as on Thursday, and this is so disrespectful for ABC. This is so disrespectful for ABC. They are supposed to be showing I want to make sure I get it right, on Wednesday, which is today. Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern or 9 Central Time, 2020, are supposed to be doing a special called Secret Life of Diddy. Once again, on ABC at 9 Central Time in America and 10 p.m. Eastern Time on 2020, they're supposed to be doing a special on Diddy called Secret Life of Diddy. Basically looking at his life, his legal crimes. It's just really sad at this point. I don't know what to say. I wish Diddy could have, I'm not, everybody's supposed to be proven in a court of law before they're found guilty. I just wish at this particular time, I wish Diddy would have had somebody and listened to somebody to tell him no. Because the way these allegations are looking now, and what they said they're supposedly, as far as the prosecution side goes, there are 29 state attorney general against Diddy in regards to this federal case. And on the federal level, it is supposedly 80 witnesses that's supposed to be testifying against Diddy. And that's not even including the 120 civil lawsuits that's against him. So that is what I wanted to talk about tonight, or should I say this morning. Does anybody have any questions before I ease on out? I want to make sure that I hit the topics tonight. I talked about the Diddy. His next court appearance is this Thursday afternoon in New York. His attorneys have not spoken on if they're going to beg for another bail. But I think it speaks volumes if the last two judges turned his bail down, and the prosecutors do not care for his $50 million house in Miami as collateral. I mean, I wish I had $1 million, but So, and also we discussed the Milton hurricane as well as Helene hurricane, and how it has affected the states in the southeast of North Carolina, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, as well as Georgia. We also discussed Joe Biden, his press conference that he had October the 4th. And in that particular press conference, I'm going to show the clip that he stated, where he called out Donald Trump after Donald Trump has been spreading false information, saying that the disaster funding are not appropriately providing resources to the appropriate people in need. And this was Joe Biden's response at a press conference October the 4th.
I don't know whether it will be peaceful. The things that Trump has said and the things that he said last time out when he didn't like the outcome of the election were very dangerous. If you notice, I noticed that the vice presidential Republican candidate did not say he'd accept the outcome of the election. They haven't even accepted the outcome of the last election. So I'm concerned about what they're going to do. I don't know whether it will be peaceful. The things that Trump has said,
So
things that he said.
That was what he spoke on October the 4th, hinting, talking about basically what what JD Vance, that's that look JD Vance gave when Tim Walz asked him, did he feel that Donald Trump lost the election January of 2020? And he didn't give a response. He didn't give a response at that at the vice presidential election. And Joe Biden brought that back up October the 4th. Vance's response basically being no response, basically saying that we need to focus on what's going on now. He didn't say a yes or a no. And he just gave that look. Also, we discuss Joe Biden's October the 7th, his ceremony that he had a candlelight visual for the victims that is dealing with the war in Israel. He held a candlelight visual with his wife, Jill Biden, in honor of the travesty that happened October the 7th at the Nova Fest in Israel, where Israelis were attacked and they are currently being held hostage. And now we're going on a year and the war is still going on, as well as Biden administration has provided millions and millions of support for resources for the Israelis, or should I say the Israeli government, to support this war against the Hamas and to bring what they say, bring them home, bring them back home. October the 8th, Biden had another press conference. Biden been working, you guys. Biden had a press conference in regards to the response of the false information that Trump provided. He's been coming. Not only did he provide the press conference at the White House, but he also went on the plane and went to the Wisconsin campaign rally to support Kamala Harris. I'm just going to play these last few clips of the press conference that Joe Biden had. Hello, you guys. My name is Politic Graham. Please hit that like button. I'm just giving out news on what's going on in America as well as in the world. So if you please show support, it would be much appreciated if you hit that like button. October the 8th, like I stated, Joe Biden gave another press conference basically stating that him and Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida, they have, I guess, made amends, like a like a bad relationship. You know how it's off and on? Well, I guess they're back on. I guess they're back on. So this was his response in regards to Ron DeSantis.
The governor of Florida has been cooperative. He said he's gotten all that he needs. I talked to him again yesterday, and I said, I said, no, you're doing a great job. It's all being done well. We thank you. The governor of Florida has been cooperative. He said.
And I'm going to play one more. Basically, he's just, trying to not have so much going on, chaos as far as in the politics, as far as in America, because we don't have time to separate and disband and have disagreements. We need to agree, if nothing else, agree to disagree, considering we have hurricane victims, we have people that's still missing, we have resources that need to be attended to the right people that need the help. So this is another piece that Joe Biden had stated in regards to all the governors of South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Virginia, and Florida, specifically those key states, basically saying that everybody's working together. And North Carolina and Florida governors, they personally have his personal number.
And I literally gave my personal phone number to call. So I don't know. There was a rough start in some places, but every governor from Florida to North Carolina has been fully cooperative and supportive and acknowledged what this team is doing. And they're doing an incredible job. But we got a lot more to do. And I literally gave my personal phone number.
Now, that is what Joe Biden had stated. Just kind of give a little break, a little just brief top discussion on the topics of this closing of this live. Also, at the end, he discussed the things that FEMA has been doing and provided. He also discussed they have spent money, and his words, not mine. I don't know. His words, he said, and I quote, they are looking at spending tens of billions of dollars for these hurricanes in the states of Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, Georgia. So he's already put it out there, like, we're going to spend the money. And he's already put it out there. We're going to spend the money. We're going to make sure that let the Americans know that we are here for you. That's what he said now. That's what he said. Also, he went to Kamala Harris, Wisconsin rally. And I want to state this. And you guys, let me know. Hit the like button. My name is Politic Graham. He stated this when he was at the Wisconsin rally. He spoke about lead pipe, replacing the lead in pipes, assisting with making sure that Black women and Black people, feel like they're heard when it comes down to jobs, when it comes down to making sure that Black children are not being poisoned by lead, because he said, according to studies, that Black children are the highest when it comes down to being poisoned by lead poisoning than any other race. So with the Wisconsin rally, it's weird that everybody was calling his name at a Kamala Harris campaign rally. That's kind of odd. I'm just going to play this.
Thank you. You have a seat, have one. I said that once, and there were no seats, and the guy looked at me like, what the hell's the matter with you? Before I begin, I want to say we're prepared for another. Oh, it's good to be back in Milwaukee. Thank you.
So, it's weird that people are shouting for Joe Biden at a Kamala Harris campaign, but I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna end this live on that note. I appreciate you guys for coming in. And this is my logo, Politic Graham. This is the channel that you're on. And this is a platform that will discuss politics, that will discuss news, it welcomes everyone. I want to make sure of that. I welcome everyone from all races, all cultures, all nationalities, and last but not least, all parties. This is not a page where this is an anti-Democrat, anti-Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, anti-Trump. It's not the place where you're going to get banned for saying Trump word, or you're going to get banned for saying Joe, or Kamala Harris. This is a page where we welcome everyone. I want to give a thanks specifically to everyone that's came into this live. I will be coming back. I'm not sure if I might come on back later on this morning in regards to Diddy, to give a visual of one of my videos that I did. But I would like to give a very thank you to Spiral Black. Thank you so much for coming in. Jim, thank you so much for coming in. Ani, thank you so much for coming in. Marcus, now you know. Marcus, you could have said something instead of saying I don't like. Marcus for coming in. Also, I would like to give a thanks to Osvalda of Uganda. Thank you for coming in. And I appreciate you guys for coming in, taking your time to check me out. You did not have to hit that thumbnail, but I appreciate you guys for coming in. All I ask is that you put in the comments, what are your thoughts about what's going on in today's world? What are your thoughts about what's going on in this election here in America? Do you feel what Joe Biden said was true about, as well as what Walt said about Donald Trump, that he is speaking false narratives, and that it's a possibility that when November the 5th comes and he does not get what he wants, that it might be something else happen again, what happened in January of 2020 election. Put it in the comments. Let me know. Jim, you said, making sure I read all the comments. Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. And this is Politic Graham. Thank you. And always remember, always have peace. Always have a peace of mind and bring peace to the table. Checking out. Bye.